All products and services featured are independently chosen by editors. However, soaps.com may receive a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may receive certain auditable data for accounting purposes. At the church, Gregory freezes up while presiding over Chase and Brooklyn's vows. Finn asks if he's okay, and Chase suggests they give him a minute. Gregory grips the pulpit, and Tracy comes up and asks if he can breathe. He nods. La captures market share back post-Baltimore. Soroka. Tracy tells Gregory to take the time he needs, and everyone understands. He drops his notes, and Violet races to pick them up. Tracy continues to guide him to breathe and says she can finish this, or they can wait. He can speak again and thanks her. Tracy sits back down, and Gregory continues with the vows. He regains total composure and finishes the I doze. He recites a passage from Shakespeare before Brooklyn and Chase recite their vows. Finn produces the rings for them to exchange. Chase jokes that some people are struck by love at first sight, but that wasn't them. Instead, Brooklyn struck him over the head with a bottle, which is still in the PCPD evidence locker. He professes his devotion and will be at her side forever, feeling lucky to be struck by that bottle. Brooklyn speaks about always wondering what kind of a man she'd marry when she was little, so she made herself a list way back when. They had to be handsome, strong, smart, love music, and love her. She says Chase checks them all. One thing she forgot to put on the list was that he had to be good, kind, patient, fair, and just good. She tells him that he is a good man. Dex and Joss smile at one another as Brooklyn speaks. Brooklyn says she's so grateful she hit him over his head with that bottle and swears for the 1,000th time that it was an accident. Gregory finally declares them husband and wife, and Chase kisses his bride. Everyone applauds and rushes up to congratulate them. Chase thanks his dad, and Gregory thanks him for being patient with him. Gregory feels his bucket list is complete, but Chase wants to add holding their first child to that list. Everyone begins to file out and gets ready to throw the birdseed. Violet asks Olivia to take her to the reception, as she has to get prepared for the big surprise. Outside, Christina checks in with Sunny. He says there are a lot of familiar faces he hasn't seen in years. Christina hopes he will introduce them to her at the reception. Natalia tells Blaze she saw her tearing up in there, and Blaze guesses she's one of those people who cries at weddings. Natalia makes a comment about her own wedding someday. Inside, Chase and Brooklyn discuss renewing their vows regularly, while Tracy leads Gregory to a small private room to rest. He thanks her for always knowing what he needs and for helping him today. He admits he sometimes wonders what life would be like if they met when they were 25 or 30. Tracy admits she has thought the same, and life would have been different, as would have today. She says today their families were joined in a joyous way, so why would anyone want to change that? Eventually, Chase and Brooke leave and are showered with rice by everyone outside the church. Guests arrive at the Metro Court for the reception. Drew talks with Jordan about trying to sneak out. She says he can't be bored already. He says it's just that looking around. He sees a lot of missed chances. Jordan spots Portia and Curtis kissing and says she will pretend she doesn't know what he means. Jason and Drew run into one another, and Drew didn't expect to see him. Jason explains Monica asked him to come today. Drew meant he didn't expect to see him ever given the fact that neither have reached out to one another since his return. Jason asks if they should have. Drew thinks that answers that question, and he walks off.